Hi, guys, and welcome back to this week's podcast with me, Amber Dee, your life and business. This is episode 4, and it is Q&A. So I decided to do something a little different this week. Instead of coming to you with some information, I'm just answering a couple of your questions. Actually, I took 5 questions that I've received that I felt like would be helpful to others. If you have any questions, you can always send them to me. You can always email me. You can also visit my x.fm page, and that's x.fm/the Amber D, and ask me any questions that you like. You can also always ask me on social media any questions that you have about life or business that you want me to answer. And I plan on doing this at least once or twice out of the month, where I just take a bunch of questions and ask everyone so that everyone can I'm going to take a bunch of questions that people ask me so that I can respond to it to you guys so that you can hear the answer to it as well. As always, you can find me at www.theamberd.com. That's my website. You can find me on all social media platforms at the_Amber_D. Okay, so to my first question, I received a question via Instagram, and someone asked me, how do you get your Instagram business page set up? So you have to have a Facebook business page to link to your Instagram. So that's how you have to do it. You go on Instagram, you tell them, or you say, or not say anything, you actually go on there and you do your business account like that. You link it through your Facebook. So if you don't have a Facebook business page, it's easy to set up just like you'll set up any business page, really. You go on Facebook, load up your business page, and then link it to your Instagram page, and it'll populate. And so for those of you that don't know what an Instagram business page is, it's when you go on someone's account on Instagram and they have the option to contact you. I like that option because if someone is looking for me and actually don't know where to find me, because a lot of times I don't link my website in my Instagram account. I actually have another link there for people to push people to like different services and things, right? So if you are not sure and you're trying to contact me, then you can actually just click the contact button and my email address will pop up. So it gives people options if they want to contact me to request me to do something. Actually, I've received a couple requests to be on podcast, to do an interview, to speak at someone's school just with that contact button. And basically, for me, it makes it easier for people to communicate with you. Like most of us, time is of the essence for us. And so, if I have to go and search for your email, then I may not contact you, right? So, we don't want to miss out on those opportunities. So, that's why I always suggest having a business page if you are a business. Some people say it works, some people say that it doesn't. I think really it's your preference of what you want to do. I have 2 accounts on Instagram, one that does not have a business page and one that does, of course, because I just said it. But the other one, I really don't see a difference in it. Actually, I get more traction from my business page than I do without having the business page. So I think that portion is up to you. Of course, tons of people have wrote articles about it and blog posts. Or different things about why they think you should or shouldn't get that account. But depending on your audience and who you're trying to target, that may or may not work. So um, I think you should determine that. But for me, it works for me. It makes it a lot easier if someone's trying to contact me to ask me a question and just need to shoot me an email. That button is there for them, so it makes it easy for them. They don't have to figure out like where I am or figure out my email address or anything. It's just right there. Okay, so the next question that I had is, what do I do when people aren't responding to my call to action? Well, actually, they said CTA, but CTA is a call to action. And what a call to action is when you're telling your audience what to do. So if you tell your audience, hey, I need you to go here and click this button. Hey, tag a friend. Maybe you're telling your audience to subscribe to your newsletter. Maybe you're trying to get your audience to engage with you. That's what a call to action is. So it's kind of telling them to do something. What the action is that you want them to do. So the question is, what do I do when people aren't responding to my call to action? I think that's a great question. If first of all, you need to know if people are responding to your call to action because they could be clicking a link. So for example, if you have your link on Instagram and you're saying, "Hey, go here to get 15% off of my product," or whatever my product is, but no one is actually purchasing your product. You're like, "Hey, I gave this 15%, but no one has purchased anything." Well, maybe they've clicked, but they actually didn't click through to actually purchase um, those different items that you have. So first of all, I will always say track your clicks, and that's going to be your analytics. Make sure that you're tracking, you're seeing if people are clicking what you're telling them to do, right? If you tell them to click here, you subscribe here, make sure you're tracking it to see if that's working. A lot of people use the bit.ly link, and if you don't know what that is, and I didn't for a long time, which is crazy. I was like, where are people getting this link from? Um, but you can go on bit.ly and basically get your link from there. And so it's just bit.ly.com, and bit.ly is bitly.com, and you can go there and set up your account. It's free, and it basically shortens your URL, whatever you're sending them to. So instead of me sending someone to theamberd.com slash ask me any question, that's a really long link. I'll go in bit.ly, I'll place it there, and it's going to give me a shorter link for me to use like on Instagram, right? So make sure you're tracking it. But to go to the question, why aren't people clicking your call to action? I think you have to ask yourself, what are you asking them to do? Are you asking them to purchase something from you? And if so, what is that purchase amount? Because you have to think about it. You should go into your acts in increments. So for example, you give away something, a freemium, opt-in, something free. That is where you start to build your list. So you don't want to be on Instagram or any social media for that case, and you say, "Hey, I have this course that is awesome. It's $300. Click here to purchase the link to purchase the course now." Like people are, "What? Not buying that. Who are you?" So you have to start little by little. So what is it? What are you offering? And make sure that it is valuable to them, because maybe they don't feel they don't feel like it's valuable. So if for example, I have a course that I need to sell, maybe the first crumb that I'm going to drop is, "Hey, you can get my free, um, join my free Instagram thing." I do that, right? The 7 days to 100 followers on Instagram. That's something that I give people for free in 7 days for them to challenge themselves to see if they can get 100 followers, right? I get a ton of feedback on that, and people are like, "I absolutely love it." So then the next step is, "Hey, I have a ebook. It's more than 20 pages about some more tips that you can use to grow your Instagram." And that's only $9. Okay, well, I love the 7 day following. I actually got 100 followers. I'm not against paying her $9 for this 20-page book that's going to give me some more tips to get more followers. Okay, so those are levels, right? So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and you continue to increase before you ask someone for that high dollar amount, because statistics show that it takes 7 times for someone to see you before they want to purchase from you. So you have to make sure that you're giving value. And if they don't know you, I'm not about to pay you $300. Who are you? So start showing your value with something small, if that's what your call to action is. If your call to action is something else, for example, hey, tag a friend, um, and no one's tagging a friend, then maybe think about what time you're posting it. Maybe the time that you're posting it, people aren't actually on Instagram. And if you've been through any of my courses, then you know that time actually matters. You can't just randomly post because you need to post today. You have to post based on when your audience is active. So it could be a ton of different ways that your call to action isn't working, but you have to go back and figure out what you're doing, what are you saying, or that's not working. And you on this journey of entrepreneurship, it is a journey. It's a journey, right? It's not a destination. Really get out there and figure it out. Really, just try some things. Trying things, it's way better than not doing anything at all, right? You have to just try it and see if it works. So if it's not working, see what's not working and redo it. So the next question I have is, what's the best way to get out there and get noticed? I think that could be for Instagram or for just period for your business. One way that I always tell people is blogging is a great way to get noticed. I think people overlook blogging, and I don't know why. People are sleeping on blogging, but you shouldn't. Um, you need to get out there and you need to start marketing yourself. So, blogging is a great way, guest blog, get on someone who has the same audience as you. Don't just pick someone randomly. So if you sell hair care products and you find a blogger that talks about food, that's probably not the blog that you want to be posting on. So find some other influencers that talks about hair or talks about skincare, or maybe it's just a beauty site, like whatever it is, or maybe it's a women's site. Maybe you're targeting women between the ages of 18 and 25. Find where they hang out and go there. Another way for you to get noticed is to do some collaborations. So I talk about collaborations all the time. If you find someone that you're interested in working with, find where they are on social media and talk to them there. Like, don't be stalkerish talking, but like talk to them, like leave comments on their post or comment on their Twitter or their Facebook or Snapchat, like whatever it is. Leave comments and start building a rapport with them. You can do that with someone for like a week or two, and then send them an email. Hey, I've been following you on Instagram and I love you, or I've been following you on Twitter and I absolutely love everything that you do and you talk to my audience. And I think it would be a great way for us to collaborate on something. So you can collaborate by doing a webinar, a live Q&A. You can do kind of anything really. Maybe you want to do a workshop together. Maybe they're in your town and you want to do a workshop together. Like whatever that is, figure that out and start collaborating with someone. And that's a great way for you to get in front of a whole new audience, right? Also, you can do paid advertising. I'm not sure how do you feel about paid, but that's another way for you to get out there. I don't recommend you paying like $500 and $600, like how some of these Instagrammers will charge a lot of money to get out there, and that may not even be your audience. But maybe if someone has a large following and you're like, hey, can you review my book, and for them to review your book is $20, that may be worth it for you and get followers that turns into customers. So kind of think about that. Like I said, I don't recommend like these big paid things because that does not guarantee your return at all, and it doesn't guarantee that people will follow you. Like you may get followers, but may not be really interested in what you're talking about. And what matters more than your amount of followers is people that are actually engaging with you and people that are actually purchasing from you, right? So that is a big difference than just paying someone and like, okay, they have 1 million followers, so I know I'm going to get some of those followers. Like, no, don't do that. It's not a good way. So I think you should reach out, guest blog on some stuff, and maybe even do some paid. Also, I think something else that people forget about is getting out of the house, getting out of behind your desk and actually get in the community. Go to some conferences to meet some people, network there. Go to your local chapters or your local meetup groups. Maybe it's an entrepreneur meetup group or something. Go there. That is a great way for you to get yourself out there, because even if they don't need your services, they may know someone that needs your services. So I have seen a lot myself from doing that. So that's definitely something I think that you should do. Like, promise yourself by the end of the year that um you're gonna take your time out to at least go to one event. At least one. And then for the new year, every month you're going to at least one event. You have your business cards ready, because remember, those business cards are important. I don't know if you're following me on Instagram or wherever else I post, but business cards are important. So you should totally have those. That is another way to get you to stand out, because a lot of people now don't have business cards. They're like, oh, what's your Instagram, or what's your Snapchat, or what's your Twitter? Like, no. Have something for someone to remember you by when they leave. Give them something. So have those business cards. So going out to these events and networking with people is a great way for you to get noticed. Now another question. Should I list my hashtags in my comments section, or should I put it in my post? Well, I like to list my hashtags in my comments. So what I will do is post my caption and then immediately put my hashtags as a comment. For me, the visual aesthetics on that looks great. It looks a lot better than not than putting it in their caption, because for me it just looks like all jumbly. So I put it in the comments, when people start commenting and someone goes back to look at it, it's just clean. So all you see is whatever my caption is, and then you just see the people's comments, because my comment was the first one, and so it's been pushed up and you can't see that. So I recommend putting your hashtags in your comments. And like I said, that's for me personally. Nothing changes if you don't do that. I mean, it's totally up to you. It's your preference, whatever you like. You're still going to get the same, you'll still land on the same place, like on your top 9 or whatever. If you don't put it on your comments and you put it in your caption, that's completely fine. It's totally up to you. And the last question that I have for you today is, how do you decide on content to share for free and to share and to give away, to pay? So let's say that again. How do you decide on what content to share for free and what content should be paid for? And I left that one as the last one on purpose, because I think that's a really good question that people don't ask. You can either be oversharing or undersharing. So, for you to be recognized as an expert in your field, you want to make sure that you are sharing content that is going to be helpful for your audience. So, for example, I am a life coach, I am a business coach, I'm an author, I'm all these things, right? But for my market, I'm targeting I want people to know that I'm a life coach. I want people to know that I'm a business coach. I want people to know I'm a counselor. So what I'm trying to do is attract my market. So I talk about business tips. I talk about other things that are going to be useful for my audience, so that when that person thinks about, who do I know, or who do I need to talk to about X, Y, and Z? So who do I need to talk to about starting a business? Amber Dee comes to mind, because she's always talking about business startup tips and things to get my business going. Of course, I'm going to call her. So you have to think about that. You always want to give away some tips, like I said, that's going to show your expertise in whatever it is that you're doing. If you're a graphic designer, you're a hairstylist, whatever it is, you want to give away free tips that are going to be beneficial. Now, a lot of people say give away tips that are going to yield a result for your audience. So, like, if you give them something, give them a tip, that they can use, they can implement like right now, and that they can see a difference in their lives like right now, or in their business like right now. So something I may say is, a lot of my people struggle with time management. So I may tell people, hey, only post 2 times a day. Turn off your phone when you're posting, and turn off your Instagram notifications, so that you don't have to be tempted to look. maybe that's something that they can implement like right now. Like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. Yeah, let me turn this off so that I can get some things done. Okay. Maybe I can say, someone is trying to start their business and they need to have a business account. So I tell them, hey, you can go get a free business account on blah, 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 whatever bank that is. And you can get that for free to go ahead and get your business up and running. People are like, okay, I can actually sit down and do that like right now. Or this is where you go to log to get your domain, or this is where you go to get your business license. That's something you can do like right now. So giving them tips, giving them actionable tips. So give them things that they can actually do so that they can see a difference, whether it's in their business or whether it's in their life, like whatever that is. If you are maybe a health person, you may say, start putting lemons in your water and you'll start seeing a change in your complexion. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So different things like that you want to give away for free. Now, what you don't want to give away when, and this is goes to your paid stuff. You want to give away stuff for free, but you don't want to ever show someone how to do something. That how to do stuff is what they are going to pay you for. So if that makes sense. So I may say, okay, for free, guys, you can go to ConvertKit, you can go to MailChimp, you can go to Aweber to set up your account and start collecting emails for free. Right? So people are like, okay, great, that's excellent. I didn't know that. I didn't know about ConvertKit. I didn't know about these other places. But okay, when I get there, I may be that person that says, well, how do I do this? Okay, I have a course on show you how to do this. And that's how you get your paid stuff. Now, some of that stuff I'll give away for free. Like I'll do a tutorial. And as you guys know, I've given you a tutorial on like how to put Twitter comments on your website so that can always be going and that can always be active. I'll give a lot of things away for free, just so that it can help you, because really I am all about a community and I really do want to help you, but at the same time it is a business. So my coursework, of course, that's different. But when I just need to give you guys information, or maybe someone asks me a question and I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good, that some other people may need to know that as well, then I'll give that information away for free. But so I guess first to go back, give away free tips, give away free things, and then the stuff that you need to do that's paid for, whether it's an ebook or a course or work with you a one-on-one, all this stuff is going to show them how to do it and not just telling them what to do, but how to do it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, let me know. um, as always, you can send me an email if you need to. You can ask me questions, like I said, on ax.fm/the Amber Dee, or you can always talk to me in my social media platforms everywhere at the Amber Dee. So until next time, guys, have a great weekend.